My name is Derrick Simmons. I'm the founder of Vision Group. We do this call every Tuesday at 7:30, which is open discussion, and then also the inspiration moment every Saturday at 11. Today operates a little different from the first-time callers, just to let you know how it operates. We do have a topic that we discuss, which is normally about 10 or 15 minutes, may carry a little longer, just depends on how deep I go into it. But we start off, and it lasts about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we open it up for open discussion. So after I go through the topic, give the information that's on my mind to give to enhance our life, then we go into the open discussion. So it's not too late to share the call with everybody. Like I say, for those that don't know, my name is Derrick Simmons. Now, the Tuesday call operates a little different. I have a co-host, Dr. Aundrea Matthews, that's with me online, and we jump right into the topic. No presentation presented or anything like that, so we jump right into the topic, and that segment is called Speak On It. So we definitely want everyone to log into both of those things. Also, the link that I sent out, whether you got it through email blast or through Facebook or through YouTube, you can click on the link for the live chat room. So if you want to go on live, got a question, you got a comment, something you want me to hit, any suggestions or anything like that, you can go right into it. You can click on it, and I'll make sure to get with you on that. It's not too late right now to even share the call. I always suggest share it with somebody that your loved ones, your enemies, whatever, because this right here is life changing. You know, a lot of times we have to hear things over and over until we really grasp it, until we're able to comprehend it, until we're able to manifest it in our life. Sometimes we have to hear that thing over and over again. And everybody don't receive the same information from a person that they may be close to. So you may be trying to get a message over to your son, your daughter, your cousin, your uncle, or something like that, and you've been telling them something, but then for them to hear it from somebody else, it may trigger that in them. So it's always good to share the call. People say, well, it's going to affect me, me helping somebody else. Well, in turn, you never know what type of business this person is going to start that's going to, in turn, end up hiring some of your folks, your daughter, anything, your son. So you want to make sure, this thing that we call life, and in the circle of life, you're doing exactly what you need to do in that circle of life. So always share the call. It don't cost nothing to put it on Facebook. So every time you see me post it on Facebook or you see me send a text out, text it out to at least 10 people. That's my challenge for you, to at least send it to 10 other people. Every time I text you, I inbox you, I email you, whatever I do, whatever promotion, send it out. Let me know the response that you get. Let me know what we can do to further the meeting, to make it better, to make it more impactful. Let me know, and I'll make sure to adjust those as well, because I want this to be impactful for you. I mean, it's great for me because I'm an object lesson. A lot of times I'm going through some of the stuff that I'm talking about, and I have manifested, and I'm trying to manifest it on a greater level. But we want to jump into it. So I definitely like to thank all my callers. Continue to share it out. You can also go to TLifeNetwork.com, and you can click on Vision Group if you want to be a financial support to that. We have that link up where if you want to be a financial support, you can do that as well. But now let's jump right into it. We're talking about the mindset of a champion. Wow, the mindset of a champion. Woo-hoo, man. I get excited even thinking about it because I know what it takes in order to accomplish your goals. See, a lot of times we have some things that's out here, but it's a difference between having a goal and having a dream. A dream, a lot of times you're just dreaming. You're just hypothetically, oh, man, I wish I could do this. But when you actually have a goal, you have a strategy in place in order to accomplish whatever your goal is. A dream, all of us can dream. We all have big dreams. We all have big visions and stuff. But when the rubber meets the road, you got to have a strategic plan in order to succeed in your life. And that's whatever you're doing. I'm talking about from weight loss to healthy reasons to any type of thing that you want to do. You have to have a strategic plan. But that's not the first step I want to talk about. The first step I want to talk about is visualization. Visualize yourself where you want to be. Really take out the time and know and say, this is what this looks like to me. That's why even when you do the clipboards and the dream boards and they have you to put yourself where I want to be in 5 years, you know, you put your dream house. You go and you put your ideal weight that you want to be, how you want to look. Even if you got to go to Photoshop and crop yourself, how you want yourself to look, how you want to act in 5 years. What do you want to be doing in 5 years? Where you see yourself at? Make yourself a clipboard so you can see it visually. And a lot of times we say, "Oh man, I don't need that." Some of the stuff that you don't need, just throw it out. What I'm telling you, try it, see if it works. Dennis Kimball, he interviewed a whole bunch of people, successful people, over thousands of successful entrepreneurs, people from Oprah Winfrey, from T.D. Jakes, and he went by and just interviewed all of these people. And all of them had a certain thing in common. They all said they saw themselves where they wanted to be. They had this passion in the inside of them. Now, things can get birthed out of you for a whole different reason. And a lot of different reasons. Say if you was in an abusive relationship and you say, man, I don't want to see nobody else. There go that word again, see. I don't want to see nobody else have to go through what I went through. So you begin to birth different organizations and you see different things so women won't have to go through what you went through. Some people will say, I want a cure for this, or I don't want people to be obese anymore, so that's why I started this, or I wanted people to be able to get their acting career started. So, but you have to visualize and see the need. And once you see the need, man, that's your first step. You're getting there now because now you seeing yourself there. You seeing yourself in that new car, that new house. You seeing yourself helping people, being able to lend and not borrow. You seeing yourself there. You visualizing yourself right there to that point. You're like, man, how? And you can almost taste it and smell it and see it. I'll never forget, I went to a restaurant. Of course, I couldn't afford it. They had plates of $500-$600 and all that. I said, well, they can't charge me for smelling it or looking at it. I just want to go and look. I just want to go and see what it feels like to order a $500 steak, $1,000 bottle of wine, $2,000 wine. Because once you start getting into those environments, then you start looking and say, hold on, this person here is no better than me. They just had a strategic plan, and they saw themselves there. Now, of course, we have some people that inherited, but even if somebody inherited and passed it down, the person before them has to apply certain principles. So the first principle is see yourself where you want to be. I mean, man, and put you a clipboard, put you something up, whether you put it as a screensaver, whatever you do, you put it on your phone. I mean, you want to read this thing all the time. You want to look at it all the time. You want to see it all the time. You want to remind yourself of this stuff all the time. Because believe it or not, we are some forgetful people. We forget stuff. We forget how great we are. You got to remind yourself how great you are, how powerful you are, how awesome you are, how beautiful you are. You have to remind yourself of these things. It kind of reminded me one time I saw Johnny Membry on a Steve Harvey show. And he was saying, if I saw one person that could do this, then it means that I could do it. And I wanted to experience because one person done it. And so that was one of his things that triggered him. He saw people come out of the hood. You know, he saw people doing things, and he was like, hold on, if they can do it, I can do it. But the bottom line, you have to find out what's going to trigger you. You got that vision right there. You see it. The next step is start putting that to action. Have some kind of correspondent action to prove what you believe. I don't care if it's in a big way or a small way. Once you start visualizing this stuff and you go to the dealership, you go to that Bentley dealership, you go to these different areas that you want to live in. You start planning where you want to live. You want to go to Italy. You want to go to France. You start putting all this stuff together, and then you start planning it. Because as you start planning it, the neurons in your body start saying, how can I accomplish this goal? Because keep in mind, you don't necessarily all the time know what's a reality from what's fake. You can get so caught up in an emotional realm that your body forgets and it responds even if it's not real. That's why some people go to the movies and they start crying. That person is not even really being killed. But you got sucked into the emotion of it so much that it had an outward manifestation of what you believe in your mind. It works the same way. If you visualize yourself somewhere and start having corresponding action, you'll start seeing your body respond. That's why I say that's how some people get tricked up in negative situations, because it can feel like love. It can respond like love, and you know it's not love. And after a while, you trick yourself, and you're like, oh, man, this is what that is. And your body start responding. You start treating the person like they trustworthy, and you know they're not trustworthy because your mind formulates a different opinion. They call it neurologistic programming. Neurologistic programming is most people look at the world from their own perspective, not the reality of the world. So now, once you start looking at it from the reality of the world and not from just your own perspective, you'll start looking at it, then you'll start really, the biblical term, what they say is counting up the cost. You start seeing what it takes in order for you to really reach your goals. I'm talking about the mindset of a champion. We're all champions, but sometimes we don't act like it because we didn't have the mindset of a champion. That's why you see some people do some things and you wonder, how did they get there? How did they do this? They had a different mindset. They was operating on a different frequency. So you start having corresponding action in order to get you to your next level. So I don't care if it's a small action. And a lot of us, we need to start small. You got short-term goals that you need to do, even just to boost your morale, because we got so much stress and so much stuff going on. You need to take a little step by step, little by little. I don't care if it's saving $2. I don't care if it's saving $5 a day. Whatever it is, it's just a concept to get you in that momentum of having some corresponding actions according to what you want to do. I know you can't move yet. You said you want to move to Jamaica. You say you want to move here. You say you want to have kids. I know you can't do all that at once, but you need some corresponding actions based on what you say you believe. And as you start doing that, you get closer and closer and closer to your goal. So start little. Start making some little steps. What is your strategic plan, and have you written your strategic plan out? After you do that, tell somebody about your strategic plan so they can go in and analyze it and help you critique your strategic plan. Because there's certain things that you probably didn't think of that other people would automatically think of, and it'll jump out to them. And they'll say, oh, no, did you think about this? And you're like, man, no, I didn't think about this. Sound like a good idea, to you in your head, it made a lot of sense. Just, oh, yeah, that. But then when somebody else is like, no, or if it could have been already invented or anything. So it's good to, after you do it, to run it by somebody else so they can start seeing and you can see if it really makes sense. Don't just hypothetically say you have a goal and don't have a deadline to reach the goal. Once again, it can be a small goal. Every day at 10 o'clock, I do this to be closer to my goal. That way you know if you're falling short. Well, I didn't do it this week at 10 o'clock, but I didn't do it this day. If you take it too far out and say monthly I'm going to do this, then it may not work for you. It just according to the type of person you are. It may not work for you. So you may have to go with daily. Some people may have to go with yearly. Believe it or not, some people even have to go by every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But the bottom line is a champion mindset is saying, I got to do what it takes by any means necessary to win. The bottom goal, the bottom line is to win. Nothing else. It's to win, no matter what. Visualize yourself, sir. Keep visualizing yourself, sir. Make a strategic plan in order to get to where you're trying to go. Enjoy the process. Don't be so stressed out about what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, that you don't even enjoy the process. The process of learning can be fun. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to be difficult, but it can be fun because now you're learning, you're growing, you have more knowledge, you have more experience, and you're able to share your experiences with other people. So make this life pleasurable. Make it as enjoyable as you can. Don't just walk around like you sucking lemons, you can't do nothing and everything is all tight and you're all tensed up. No, life is made to be enjoyable. Start putting some things in your life that you can enjoy and reward yourself when you get to one level. Reward yourself because mentally it trains you. That's how they do when they train in different animals to do different things. When they condition it, an animal to do certain things. They may pop him when he's doing wrong, and then when he's right, they reward him. So mentally, it tells that animal, oh, yeah, you can do this. You're going to get rewarded. If you continue to do this, you're going to get rewarded. That's the same thing with us as well. Classical conditioning is real. You have to condition your mind. You have to train your mind for these things and reward yourself. When you do good, go ahead and reward yourself. Man, I worked that all week, therefore I'm going to do this. So subconsciously, it comes to your mind that, hey, I want the reward. So the struggle is not as hard, or the discipline is not as hard because you're looking at the end and not what you have to go through. So you have to be able to reward yourself. That's what I mean about a strategic plan, rewarding yourself as well. Make it pleasurable. Oh, today, man, I'm going to go to Brum's and I'm going to eat this. Today I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant and I'm going to eat this. I've been doing all this all week, or I've been studying all week. I've been on my goals all week. I've been doing this all week, and now it's time for me to reward yourself. And not always pushing the reward so far out that you never even get to your reward. You may say, well, what you mean by that? You may say, well, at the end of the year, I'm going to reward myself and I'm going to do a trip. For some people, that works. Some people have to narrow that down and say, okay, within 6 months, every 6 months, I'm going to do this to reward myself. Some people have to say 3 months. Some people have to say every day. Some people have to do hour upon an hour to just recondition your mind. But the mindset of a champion, once again, is to win no matter what, putting a strategy in place because you're going to have opposition. So once you get through enjoying it, you're looking at it, now you're looking at the opposition and count that in to everything that you're doing. Don't think that it's not going to be opposition. It's going to automatically be opposition. That's just fuel for the fire. Opposition is what's going to allow you to conquer. Of course, plan for stuff that you didn't plan for. Plan for stuff that you didn't plan for. Automatically have something in place that no one, and what I mean by that is have stuff in your mind that you're saying, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'm not going to let this deter me from my goals. No matter what. That's how you plan for what you don't even know to plan for. You're saying, I don't care what happens. I'm not letting this take me away from my goal, from my strategy. I don't care what it is. What happens if I have to start back over again? It was amazing. I was going down this road and off of 635. They had a lot of construction and the GPS couldn't find itself. I was getting mad, man. I don't know if y'all do that or not. It may sound crazy, but I be talking about GPS like it's really a person. Man, you're getting me lost again. But it was a new road. So coming off of 35, it couldn't really find the way, I guess because they was, newly doing the freeway, and I'm mad and all this. But something that it says recalculate. And then it just got me back on a road that it was familiar with to get me to where I was going. That's the mindset of a champion. The mindset of a champion is to say, I may have to readjust myself. I may have to recalculate. I may have to do something different. I didn't plan on having kids when I was 18, 19. I didn't plan on doing this. I didn't plan on doing this. But now I just got to recalculate myself. I got to go ahead and say, okay, well, if I do this, then I can make it automatically. But then you have to recalculate yourself. So don't get so mad at yourself that you say, well, I'm too old now, man, I can't do it. No, you can always do it. You just got to recalculate yourself. If you have to, you may have to recalibrate yourself. You have to change the way you was thinking. Some of our mindsets, man, was totally off. When you was a child, you thought like a child. Now that you become a teenager or you become a grown person, you can't think like that. The same concepts and the same principles don't work. The mind of a champion, recalculate, and if you have to recalibrate your mind to get yourself on that vibration, that frequency. It's no one better than you. It's just that they have a frequency, a mindset of success. T.D. Jakes said he had a tenacity inside of his heart and his mind. He said, man, I don't want to have to suffer again. I don't want to have to wear holes in my shoes when I'm ministering. So as Kim, he got interviewed, he was saying he didn't want to, Dennis Kimball, when he was interviewed, he said he didn't want to have to wear shoes with holes in them anymore. He didn't think he should have to. But he said, if I suffer now, then I'll be able to reign later. So he began to put principles in place so he could do that. One of his things that he said he had to do, he had to fake it till he made it. He didn't have enough, but he knew what he had in the inside of him. He felt that God had given it to him. It was God's gift that was in him, and he had to get that dispersed to the world. Whatever your creative thing is, we all have something unique in the inside of us that we're trying to get out to the world. I'm just trying to give you some tips in order to make it where you can take your life to the next dimension and be excited about your life. That's one of my things. I love to give back. This one of the ways that I can give back. I feel good about it. Also, I love to apply myself. I love to take what I'm giving and also apply. And I also talk to different mentors. You want to have mentors in your life. And I know nowadays that's not really popular to have people in your business. But in every area, you want to have a specialist in that area in your life. And your pastor or something like that is not always a specialist in everything that's in your life. For those that operate in that particular arena of that belief. Your pastor may not be a financial advisor, may not be a counselor in health issues, economical issues, may not be the person that you go to. Spiritual may be the person that you go to, but you have to be able to develop these different things in your mind. And why I like talking about it, because as it triggers and you say you need it, the law of attraction comes into play. Because as you say you need it, then, like I say, it starts triggering different things in you. I'm going to show you how it works. Notice when you start searching on Google, you can try this sometime. You can search on Google, like you can pull up cars. Next thing you know, on your news feed, cars going to start rolling down on your news feed on Facebook. I don't care what it is. Start, just try, just to do something crazy, try and see it. Like dogs or paintings, expensive paintings, animals, anything that you want. You start searching that in Google or Yahoo or something like that, and then go back to your Facebook. You're going to start seeing advertisements according to what you search in Facebook, because it's all linked in. Your mind works the same way. As you start searching stuff, the law of attraction is going to start bringing people into your life, and it's going to start entering into your mind and entering into your subconscious and into your mind like your news feed, because now you're searching for it. And once you get information, that's why it's important to be on calls like this and share it with other people, because it triggers certain things in your mind, and you say, okay, yeah, I do need to get back to that. And as you start saying you need to get back to it, then the law of attraction start attracting people into your life, because now you consciously saying this is what you want. You'll start running into personal trainers if this is what you're trying to do. You'll start running into financial advisors. You'll start running into these different things that you need in your life, because now you have accepted this. And once you accept the mindset of a champion, then say the laws of the universe start yielding what you need to be and what you need to have in your life in order to become the champion that you would like to be. And everybody don't have the same goal. That's what I love about being unique. You can't add nothing to the word unique. It stand alone. You are unique. So as you begin to possess that and walk in that, you'll start seeing, man, I am a champion. And I'm not measuring myself by somebody else, because what they did, it may not take all that for me, or it may take more. So what I do is I take bits and pieces of the concepts, I put them together and see what is going to happen and how is this going to happen, and feed my life to take my life to the next level. So that's what I wanted to give you today, the mindset of a champion. What I want to do now is I want to open up the phone lines and also the chat on the YouTube as well. It's open where you can go in, and if you have a question, you got a comment, something you thought about, today's inspiration, let me know. Press *6 on your line, and you would directly go into queue. So tell me what you thought, something you want to add, something you want to take away. And for those that call in a little later, just to let you know, we do have the chat as well, so you can go onto your YouTube, the link that I sent out through YouTube, and you can click on that, and that will allow you to, if you got a comment or question that if you don't want your voice to be heard, some people like to keep it anonymous, and that's fine as well. We do it every Tuesday at 7:30, and then we also do it every Saturday morning at 11. So I definitely want you to log into that. And if you have a question, you got a comment that you want to put on our live link page, I'd definitely like to send a shout out to my boy Mark, man. He really has been, on it, making our face, making the online, take it to the next level. And this is what I mean about having people around that don't mind helping. My guy here, man, he saw what I was doing and say, hey, man, I just want to add to it. He said, I want to just add to what you're doing. And I knew what I needed. I mean, I'm in marketing, I'm in promotion, I know what I needed. But then he came in, man, and started adding some other stuff. And that's what you need. You need people around you that want to add to your life, not take away from your life, and, man, making sure that you are doing this. And so people will come along and help you. Once you start doing what you need to do, people will come, man, you'll be surprised. People come out the woodwork because people love to see excellence. They love to see excellence. People love to help excellence. So press *6 if you got a question, you got a comment, anything you want to add to the conversation, you want to take away from the conversation, man, definitely let me know. Just press *6 on your line. You don't have to say anything. I know some people say, well, do I have to say something? No, you don't have to say anything. Just recommend if you would like to. If not, send me an email. It's at DerrickLSimmons@yahoo.com, or you can send me a text message direct at 817-723-1550. That's my direct text message number there. You can send it to me. You can press *6 now on your phone, and it will allow you to go in queue if you have something that you want to say, something you want to add. take away, or you want to tell me what this meant to you as I was expressing myself. And I definitely like to thank people. The call has still been growing, and so I like to definitely thank everyone for that, for even taking out your time. And a lot of people listen to it while they at work or they doing something else. They'll just press. They'll just say, "Well, yeah, I didn't want to say too much, man. I was at work or I was cleaning up my house and I just put it on." So definitely. But I'm gonna go to the phone lines. Press *6 if you got something you want to add, something you want to take away, or anything like that. Go ahead. The phone line is open. Caller ended in 6157. The line is open.
Hello?
I don't. Yes. I can.
Hello? Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey.
I had to comment because I was listening and it was really good. I actually have a notepad full right now, full of good stuff that you were saying. But I just wanted to comment because the first thing you said was to start with visualization. And that's actually what I have been doing recently. I just been, like, it kind of started with, I had somebody tell me to use Pinterest to get ideas that I wanted to decorate my house, Tasha. And she just told me to just start saving the pictures and sending them to her. So as I started doing that, I started doing it with, like, I want to start working out. So it would be different, not weird, like saving pictures of women, but just different body shapes and different outfits that I know I would like to see myself in as I grow up in, like, the next 5 years. I save pictures of condos, just different stuff. And I look at them all the time, but I actually now I'm gonna take it a little further and get a clipboard, so something that I can see more every day because it's just saved in my phone. So I like that idea, and it was just a really overall, it was a good message. It was in tune with what I need right now.
That's cool, man. Baby done called in. I ain't know you. I ain't pick up the number. That's a trip. Y'all.
You know,
Never know who. I didn't pick it up. Well, that's good. All right. Well, thank you, baby, for calling in.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye. That's funny, yeah. That's funny. I'm so in the what's it? Because it shows the last 4 digits of your number. So you definitely we want to make that approachable to our kids as well, and that's why I do it as well. You never know who's on the line. So those that want to say something, press *6 on your line. We want to be impactful. It's never too late. Definitely for parents. Also for kids, it's not too late now. I wish for the kids if they could catch it, because a lot of times we look in hindsight and be like, "Oh man, if I could have done this, or if I would have knew what I knew then." So that's our responsibility to give. A lot of times you may not be in a financial situation, you can't give what you would want to give. You may not be in a spiritual situation, but whatever situation you are in that you can give, find an avenue to give back. That's like enough for me right there to be able to give back consistent. Find something that you can do, and that's one of my goals. That's one of the reasons why I set up the call as well, so I could give back really. Also, you can go back and play this message as well if you wanted to. If you missed some, or if you want to share it with somebody, you can also go to the link and share it through the YouTube link as well. And you can share that and let people know about it. Once again, it's every Tuesday at 7:30. Also, every Saturday morning at 11. That's Central Standard Time. So you want to just let people know about that. Continue to share the call. So if there's anybody else that want to say anything, press *6 on your line. Definitely like to hear from you. And it was amazing because I was asking people why, sometimes people don't say anything. They were like, well, man, you kind of cover a lot. And so it's not really, open discussion is more for that on Tuesday. But definitely doing this time. You know, I just cover and I just present what's on my mind. So if there's no one else that want to say anything, man, once again, like to thank everyone for calling in, for letting us know that you was there. Like I say, you can also go on the link, on the YouTube link. Once again, shout out to my boy Mark, man, for really hooking me up, letting me know, getting that Facebook stuff activated. We're also going to start doing some visualizations with it, so we're going to start doing some video. Have some video where we can sit and you can get the full presentation that way as well, because some people are visual people, so we want to add some video to it. So definitely like to thank everyone for calling in. The next time, as I always say, remember to think progressively. Talk to you Tuesday. Goodbye.